best Vegematic show ever. At least that is my goal. Like most of my goals, they don't always pan out. But this is the 10th year that I have had the Vegematic channel, and coming up on that 10th year, I hope that I will be able to provide you with the most irrelevant, unnecessary videos it is in my power to make. All brought to you with the latest technology from 15 years ago. So, we'll go back in time a little bit and have some very small clips to keep them unboring. Over the years, my memories are all I have in this old, noisy computer. They're all in there. If they get fried, all my life will be completely meaningless. So without any further delay, I would invite you, dear guests, to watch 10 years of a wasted life. Memory, distant memories. They keep coming back to me. They're haunting me. My whole life I've been running away from memories. Memories of things like seeing horrendous stuff in my life, like watching Neil Sedaka and watching the Brady Bunch on television. This left me deeply traumatized, and to this day I can't hear the word Marcia without wincing. Thanks for listening. This is Vegematic Deluxe, reminding you to do what you can. Change just something for the good today. Just do one little act of kindness. It all counts in the end. I gotta believe that, or I might as well go jump off a cliff. So, anyway, that's my rant. That's my little speech.
In the summer of 1967, thousands of disaffected youth descended upon San Francisco. The summer of love was in full swing. Encouraged by LSD guru Timothy Leary, effective birth control as well as penicillin, the counterculture were soon dropping acid, dropping their inhibitions, and dropping their drawers in earnest. And who among us can forget the classic literature of today? Immortal titles like Party Swappers by Bud Conway or Hippie Harlot by Tom O'Brien. Timeless literary erotica such as Art Colony Perverts by Calvi Fed. And of course the classic by Lauren Beauchamp, Nurse Caroline. And perhaps the definitive account of hippie counterculture, George Bailey's Sex, Pot, and Acid.
That's my rant. That's my little speech.
And they promote socialism, so you get a chicken feed check that's administered by them, and they run your life and you don't compete with them. Game over, man! Game over!
And we've all watched as YouTube grew from its infancy, from a small, independent, cool idea into something much grander, something much more earth-shattering, something more in line with the mainstream, if you know what I mean. But I miss the days on YouTube. I miss the days of amateurishness. I miss the days when there were small people that were easy to find. But now you can only find MSNBC, Fox News, well, a few other little, selected checkmarked people.
Secretary Clinton, will you release a transcript of your paid speeches to Goldman Sachs?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
People are talking about changes to our comment policy here at Google+.
Fuck you, Google! Fuck Google! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Today's topic, billionaires. We love them. They're viewed as the pinnacle of success, right? But there's no reason, rationally, we should be okay with or admire the fact that the Koch brothers have $44 billion, or that the 6 heirs of the Walmart fortune have $100 billion. The same amount of wealth as the bottom 40% of America, 125 million people. These people are psychopaths. They're not any more fit for society than the guy who kidnaps neighborhood dogs and has them lick peanut butter off his balls. In fact, they're actually less qualified for society because at least Mr. Thunderbird was making dogs happy.
Is anybody out there? Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. I live in one of those, what Chris Hedges calls sacrifice zones. We just got some poverty statistics, and we're right up there, right at the top. London, Ontario, and it's okay though, because they're going to hold the World Figure Skating Championships here, and that's going to make everything okay. I have dreams, I have hopes. The universe laughs at your dreams and hopes. It does. Listen, can't you hear it? It's laughing at you. Hopes, dreams. Nah.
These guys come and cut them down, they can donate them then because that's what they were brought here for. Now we're saying,
So is it true Caterpillar is reducing your salary and benefits by more than 50%, or that's what they're after?
That's what they're after. That's what the final offer, non-negotiable offer was. Yeah, they come in, we make about $34 an hour. They're offering us 16, which is a little more than 50% pay cut. And that means benefits, pensions, everything's going to be off the board.
All right, we're here talking with a CAW worker.
What's up, brother? It starts.
24 years on the job, and what are Caterpillar's terms again, Paul?
Take it or leave it. We're going to slash your wages by 55%. We're going to take care of you in your pension years by giving you nothing. We're going to take your benefits and slash them. We're going to move your co-pay so that anything we take away from you, we will have to charge you some more.
Straight on, bro.
Caterpillar is just determined to destroy communities wherever they show up and to destroy collective bargaining. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Clueless fucking moron. 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 Clueless fucking moron.
We are gathered here on this solemn occasion to celebrate the life of Hambone Littletail. Hambone Littletail was born in 2010, the product of pulling one's head out of one's ass. He sought to enlighten us with his knowledge and was never shy to yell out clueless moron when it was intended simply as a term of endearment.
It's very hard to believe that it's been 10 years since I became Vegematic, and it's almost as if the alter ego has melded into my actual personality, which is probably something to do with all those years of being Veg instead of being Chris, and then I had this dramatic dream about Vegematic taking over my life and being this hideous critter that was coming down the stairs at me, and I didn't know what to do about it. I still don't know what to do about it.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. I just hate to see when people don't have common sense, don't have an understanding of what's going on.
It's all about me. It's all about me. I am so special. It's plainly see. It's not about you. It's all about me. Me, 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 me. All about me. Me, 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 me. All about me. Me, 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 me.
Yeah, he's right there. Okay, yeah, throw him out into the cold. You know, don't give him their coat. No coats.
Did you see Bernie?
very few of us, then, in this world, by your standards, who are worthy of love.
Unfortunately, yes, very few.
Welcome to How to Drive a Standard Transmission.
What about services to inmates, Kevin?
With a cigarette in your mouth.
Attention and so on.
Turn the radio off so I can talk to you. Get rid of that ash. Well, first thing you got to remember when driving a standard transmission is the clutch. Everything, it's all in the clutch. You don't have to drop it really fast because you'll slide out into traffic and likely cause some serious damage. So, what you do is when nobody's coming, you slowly let out the clutch, a little at a time, and you push it back in. And it's all about the play between the foot and the brake and the clutch. It's really easy. Once you get used to it, you don't even think about it. Here we go. Okay, in reverse. Let up slightly on the clutch, back in, into first gear, and away we go. And we go about 2 seconds and hit the stop sign, which is another chance to practice your clutching. Yes, when you are driving a standard, you will be constantly shifting gears. Why, you may ask, with automatic transmissions so readily available on every car, would anybody choose to drive a standard transmission car? Well, let me tell you, particularly in the wintertime, having a standard transmission car actually helps you in many, many situations. It gives you far more control over your car. And you'll just have to begin to feel out the clutch and everything. And trust me, it's not hard. Once you get used to it and roll backwards once or twice, just, it helps if you can put a big piece of foam on the back of your car when you're first learning so that you don't go up. No, I'm just kidding. So, light changes, and of course we will smoothly let out the clutch. You don't do it real quickly. See, just gentle, and then you rev it up to about 6,000 RPM, and dump the clutch, and then, whoops, I better watch it. Just kidding about that. I'm just showing you how much control you can have. Like you're going down the hill, and there's an idiot walking across the street in front of me. So rather than, hit the brakes and wear out my brakes, I just shift down. And this is another big advantage to a standard transmission car, which I understand are going to stop being made very soon. And that's a shame, because honestly, I've often thought that everybody should learn to drive a standard. Even if you later on change your mind and decide you want to be lazy and drive an automatic, at least know how. That way you'll never be stuck. I mean, if you're in another land, and you're driving across the border in a rickety old truck, and your friend gets sick because he ate too many burritos, and you know the story, right? That type of thing. And what if you're driving a standard? What if he's driving a standard? There's nothing you can do then. You're gonna have to sit there, look like an idiot, while this guy is utterly flatulent. And believe me, you don't want to be in that situation. So this is why it's imperative that you learn how to drive a standard. You see, I'm in fourth gear. Now, this particular standard is a Chevrolet Cruze, and it's a really, really shitty transmission. I'm sorry, Chevy, but the Chinese parts just don't help much. And as you can see, a bonehead just cut out in front of me, and no, do I hit the brakes? No, I shift down. Oh, maybe I should keep the hands on the wheel when I'm doing this. Okay. Good, we're at a stoplight. I have a chance to actually chat with you folks. What is it? What is it about Donald Trump? How can any human being on the face of the earth look at that man and say, that's the man I want to lead my country? I argued with a couple, I don't know why I bothered, but there's a couple of Trumplings and Trumplets that say, oh, he's great. Why would he be great? Well, he's a boss. You have some authoritarian in you, don't you? Yeah, there is a study going on about alcohol use and acceptance of authoritarianism. So back to driving the standard transmission car. As you can see, I give him a little space before I dump the clutch, because most people are idiots and they don't get going off the red light nearly fast enough. Yeah, Granny, get out of my way. Yeah, and there's, an old lady doing about 20 miles an hour. There's a big line of traffic behind her, cutting in and out, in and out, in and out. You know what? She probably couldn't pass her license test now. This is why I really think that it would be a good idea. Geez, these roads. If you wanted to get your license, you should have to learn how to drive a standard transmission vehicle. Then you would avoid the problem of old ladies like that are a danger to themselves and others on the road. But in Ontario, Canada, if you're a tourist and you're in the States, this is really a good place to avoid. There's really not much around here to speak of, and you'll pay too much for your gas. So it's always good to not stop in the middle of an intersection. Okay, I will take a moment while I try and ignore
more of these boneheads. Yeah, don't let me out, you prick. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Change your mind. Thank you, sir. You are a human being. Now, when you're sitting at a stoplight, I don't know about you, but my leg gets tired holding on the clutch, so you just pop it into neutral, and then you can relax and wait. Just remember to put it back into gear when the light turns green, or you'll have somebody behind you that's not very nice. And who knows who it could be. You know, it could be Danny Guido that's 400 pounds that runs the pizzeria and he just got ripped off. And it's an ugly story if you go there, so you don't want to go there. So always remember putting it in gear. Like, look, see the light's turning yellow? Put it in first gear before you go. Otherwise, you'll just rev your engine. And while that make you look cool for the girls, look at all the lonely people. We'll do nothing to propel you. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. See, I did that on purpose. Just to show my driving skills. Out of the way, moron. Coming through. Please, Mr. BMW, may I pass? Thank you, sir. Still an asshole. Here we go. Hi, darling. No, I'm giving a driving lesson. How to drive a standard transmission car. I finally found something I'm good at. You asshole, out of my way!
An iron curtain has descended across the continent.
Friends, it's been a long time, and I appreciate that the times we are going through are transformational in so many ways, and how bad the ride down is up to us largely, because we got to stop fascism. We're not megalomaniacs that want to control other people, and this is why I love cats. Cats cannot be controlled. You can have them as pets, but you can't control them. They have minds of their own, and you can't train them either. And this is why people that don't like cats like control. They like having something or somebody that they can control, because they're so insecure inside of themselves that if they can't control somebody else, then they have no value. Never mind trying to develop spiritually, never mind trying to improve the world that you live in. No, exercising power is what gives you the erections that you need. It's disgusting. It's just, I've had enough. I've had enough with life. Life is a piece of shit. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. You can have good moments, but overall, the whole experience, it kind of sucks, let's face it. And it sucks because of the people that suck the life out of us all. The oligarchs, the heads of corporations and oil companies that are literally sucking the life out of the planet and each and every one of us. They're the winners. They're who you should look up to. Nah, man, this world is crazy. It's upside down and backwards, and I don't see much hope other than within yourself to find the goodness and the beauty within each of us. And it's there. It's buried pretty deep in some people, and some have so much shit piled upon it that they don't know what to do anymore, because it's so buried in shit that they can't find the tiny bit of compassion that is somewhere underneath that huge pile of shit. They keep digging and digging and digging, and all they do is fling that shit everywhere. No, we're not like that. It's like you cannot find a small channel anymore, because if you go on to the recommended channels, there's no small channels, they're all big ones. Lots of views, lots of advertising money, I would imagine, for the Googleocracy. Although I've been threatened by neo-Nazis lately, and this is kind of amusing that supposedly something's going to happen to my channel if I hit 900 subscribers. Ooh, that's a scary thing. So if I hit 900 subscribers and nothing happens, well, I guess nothing's gonna happen, but I figure, oh, I'll take the chance on it. I don't know, I'm not too concerned. And very thanks to Train Lover for pointing out the little neo-Nazi symbol, the fellow that said, oh, something's going to happen to you. Well, yeah, probably, but you know what? I don't really give a shit at my age. Whatever's gonna happen, man, is gonna happen. You resign yourself to it as you turn into an angry, old, progressive, liberal, kind of scummy left-wing fun guy. So, with that in mind, I would like to say that my 900th subscriber will get a prize. I'm not sure what the prize will be yet. I've been promising all kinds. I promised a massive fur ball from my cats, framed for the 1000th subscriber, but I doubt that Google will let me get to 1,000. I just have this feeling. It's been 10 years or so. Of course, I'm sporadic. I admit that I am a sporadic person. I pop up sporadically and disappear sporadically, but at my age all I can do is be sporadic. So this I might change the Vegematic channel to the Vegematic Sporadic channel, or I may do lots of videos because I'm bored as fuck. I don't know, but stay tuned for the answer, if you care to hear the answer. Do I have the answer? No. Do you have the answer? Yeah, maybe. Maybe if you look inside yourself, you'll find the answer. It's kind of ugly in there, though. I wouldn't suggest looking too closely.
Illegal immigration by building a wall on our southern border that Mexico will pay for.
We will make America great again.
Trump is the only one hot on this because he's the only one who understands the art of the deal. Our partners cheating is how our middle class disappears.
Senator Sanders stood up when he didn't have to stand up as a young man. The way to define the character of a person is what they do when the cameras are not on, what they do when they don't benefit from it personally. He is a champion for civil rights and social justice in this country.
Well, and me too. Well, and me too.
If we can build a nation, we can have universal health care. If we can abolish slavery, we can have universal health care. If women can get the right to vote, we can have universal health care. If a man can go to the moon, we can have universal health care.
Now, this being my trip down memory lane, I thought of something that might be an amusing story that happened to me as a young man of about 17, 18, I'm fairly young. Anyway, we used to hang out at this bar, great big barn of a place called the Maples Inn. It burned down eventually. But it was the place where all the hip kids went, you know. Those of us who hated disco were particularly attracted to this place. And plus, it was known as kind of a supermarket, if you know what I mean. And many of us would go down there to begin our evening and perhaps see what's on offer on the menu. Well, we came across some, shall we say, psychedelic elixir that was, probably, it kind of came in little orange barrels. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. I imagine most of my audience isn't that naive. Or why would they be watching this degenerate old guy talking on YouTube about things that happened to him in the 70s? Well, anyway, a friend had a moped. You remember those, like, motorized bicycle, basically. And it was all he could afford at the time. And, it was no big deal. It was, got him around, and occasionally he would give me a lift on the back of this thing. Well, he ended up just as out of it as I was, and he said, I'll bet you $50. Well, this is a fair bit of money back then, maybe half a week's pay, that you wouldn't dare ride the moped naked from the Maples Inn to where my house was. It wasn't that far, and it seemed like it would be fun, and we'd just have a really good laugh doing something like that. Alcohol and psychedelics don't really go well together when you're trying to remain, shall we say, a civilized member of society. So, anyway, I said, okay, $50, quick, easy money. I said, yeah, $50, okay, I'll do it. So we leave the place, and I take my clothes off, get on the thing, and start driving. My friend's on the back, fully clothed, and we're laughing our asses off. This is the funniest thing we've ever done. We're just going to tell our grandchildren about it, and we're laughing and having a great old time. And we got to, within, I would say, half a block of my house. And it was late at night, so I didn't think anybody was out on the streets. It was like, 2 in the morning or whatever. So, and we go flying past this, I guess people were sitting out late at night on their porch. We just continued laughing and thought it was really funny. And I'm almost home. And we're having so much fun. I'm going to go around the block one more time. Now this goes into the sort of addled brain thing that you really, you got away with it, you get your $50. No, it was so much fun, I was going to go around the block again. So just as I came around the corner, there's a cop car, lights flashing. My friend, being the brave soul he was, had hopped off when he realized what was going on, and didn't see him anymore that night. Well, I had my clothes and I thought I'd have to put them back on pretty quickly. The cops wouldn't let me do that. They brought me into the station where I was sitting there buck naked, and all these cops speaking in French and laughing and thinking it was like a great thing. So what am I going to do? I'm sitting there with this stupid ass grin on my face, like ha 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 ha, and I'm looking around and I'm hallucinating and I'm going, am I really naked in the cop station? Is this really happening? And sadly, to my chagrin, it was. So after a little bit more humiliation, they let me put my clothes back on. They weren't horrible cops. They said, okay, get out of here and just don't do it again. But you're going to have to appear in court. So I'm going, okay, I'm just, the judge will have a laugh and let me go. So I'm in the court a couple of weeks later. It's mostly traffic tickets and, John so-and-so, you're charged with going through a red light, and how do you plead? And this went on for about half an hour, all these mundane things. You ran a stop sign, you were speeding, and all this stuff. And then they call up my name. They say, you are charged with being nude in a public place. Well, immediately the entire courtroom erupts in laughter, and my face is going like 4 or 5 shades of red and purple, and I'm sitting there going, okay, God, please let this end, please let this end. And this old French-Canadian judge was up on the thing going, you must be crazy. I should put you into the crazy house. $50 fine. So I figured, okay, well, my friend is going to pay up now. And he refused to because I didn't complete the bet. I didn't make it to my house. So rather than make a quick $50, it cost me $50 and a fine, and probably didn't do a whole lot for my reputation as a cool kid back in Pointe Claire, a suburb of Montreal in the 70s. But I thought I'd amuse you with my little tale of embarrassment. I was never so embarrassed as... So leave me in the comments if you've ever been really embarrassed by something and later on looked at it and said, well, I guess it's pretty funny. Didn't seem that funny at the time. It was kind of scary. Anyway, I'm going to close this masterpiece off, and thank you if you've made it all the way through this, the entire half hour. It only took me a month to put together, so don't... if you made it all the way, thanks. You're more patient than I am, I guess. Anyway, take care, everybody. Be well. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep this up anymore. I might want to gain a few subscribers, but nobody subscribes anymore. I get that YouTube letter, your creator thing. Here are your stats. Oh, well, you got all these watch time, but no subscribers. And this has been going on for like years now. And yeah, I don't really care, but I think it's amusing at this point. Whereas I would probably have 1,000 subscribers if my show had been about something mundane like cooking or advice on carving out wood for gimpiness and gimpy cane wood or something, and making that sort of thing, and then I might have had a chance. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you did manage to find this and you aren't subscribed, well, I don't know, you can try it. We'll see if it gets us anywhere. I've been stuck at about 800 for probably about 2 years now, so I guess I'm just not YouTube star material. Alas, my life is empty. Until next time, this is Vegematic saying, I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just ranting. Thanks for watching. See you next time, if there is a next time. It's up to you, YouTube algorithm. You. Thanks, guys. Take care.